Our mission is to provide quality service dogs to people who have conditions such as diabetes, epileptic seizures, or psychiatric conditions, or more. But it's also to help dogs, to provide a new lease on life to homeless dogs that have gone through abandonment.
We get most of our dogs from shelters and rescues. We travel to shelters pretty much every week looking for dogs that meet our criteria. We want dogs who are friendly with people, comfortable around people, what we call Velcro dogs, so dogs that want to be next to you all the time, comfortable enough to approach a new person to say hi and solicit attention or petting. We also want dogs who are confident, who can approach a new situation and be comfortable and not overly fearful. They can startle if something, suddenly, if there's a sudden loud noise, but we want them to recover quickly. We're looking a lot at resilience. They can go into a new situation and kind of take their surroundings and bearings and then be ready to focus on their person. We also look at food motivation. So we want dogs who can work for even dry food or kibble. They do need to be comfortable with other dogs. We want the training to be fun for the dog. So a lot of people think service dogs have a kind of a dreary life. They have to work all the time. But our dogs just have a lot of opportunities to earn rewards and earn treats. We don't want to use any methods that may inhibit the dog or make the dog nervous or uncomfortable. We want them to have an enjoyable life and not have to worry about any sort of punishment.
Overall, only 1 out of every 3 or 4 dogs is going to make it as a service dog. Not all dogs are made to be service dogs, and for some of them it's just too difficult, and going out in public is not their thing. So those dogs are rehomed, we find them a permanent home, and we keep the others into our training program. Once the dogs are into our facility, they're going to be taught about 30 different behaviors to become a service dog. We have a 3-level training. So in the first level, the dogs are going to learn all the foundational behaviors. How to walk on a leash without pulling, sit, down, stand, and also some scent work. So they have about 12 different behaviors that they're going to learn in the first segment. Then they move on to the second level, the intermediate level, where the behaviors become a little bit more complex, where we ask for more duration. For instance, they have to hold a downstay for longer and with a lot more distractions around. So we increase the level of the training. And finally, in the third level of training, what we call specialized, that's when we match the dog to their final person and we train the dog specifically to the person. So we put on all of the behaviors that are disability specific on the dog. At the level 3, at the last stage, the dog is going to learn behaviors like the alerts. So now the trainer is going to have the scent on their person and teach the dog that whenever they have that scent, the dog comes over and pokes them.
When we match a dog with a person, they get invited to 10 days here at our facility. That is called team training. That's when they start to become a team. That's when the human part of the team learns all those communication skills that the dog already knows. Interestingly enough, though, the dog doesn't know those cues and information that the new person is giving them. So even though our dogs know all these cues already, they don't know it with their team person.
It was a little overwhelming at first, yeah. I felt like a fish out of water. I didn't know what I was coming into. I did a bit of research, but not what I was expecting, but it all came together in the end.
Biggest thing that I've learned is it is never ending. It is always practicing. It is always getting better. And then that's something else that I'm able to kind of educate people on as well now.
It was a little discouraging because I'm like, I'm never going to get this. But then, here we are, day 9, and he's been listening. He's been doing great. He's been doing fantastic. And there's a long road to go, but we're really starting to work as a team.
Get to know each other and start learning how to communicate effectively with each other. So you can go out in public, so you can perform the tasks. And so when you go home, you start that process all over again from this is our routine, this is how we train, this is where we go, and they have all the tools, hopefully, to start that process together.
They're, as I said, they're guardian angels for me. The wait was a little nerve-wracking, but it paid off in a big way, and I think he's gonna save my life.